I thought I would do a video on dyeing clients' eyebrows. So I've already laminated this client's brows and waxed underneath the brow. So now we're mixing up dark brown with the developer in the Brow Daddy. And then we are mixing that up. So I always do 1-to-1 ratio. So with Brow Daddy, you only need 1 pump of each, which is great. And now we're just putting the dye on the brows, making sure to get those really crisp lines. And then we're going to brush the hairs downwards and do the same on the top, get those really, really crisp lines. And then if you have any mess or anything, you can clean it up. And depending on the client too, I will use an interdental brush and brush the dye through all of the brow hairs just to make sure you're coating everything. So this is what I'm doing here, just brushing through. It looks a little bit orangey right now, but I promise it turns out a really pretty dark brown color. So see how I've got some over the top? I'm just gonna clean that up. I do use these microfiber brushes and I just dip them in a little bit of water, dab them to dry them up a little bit, and then clean anything you need to up. And I do get my brushes from Shein. And then my brushes that I'm using to put the dye on right now, they are from Bella Beauty, and so are the Brow Daddy dyes, but you can also get them from Brow Daddy itself. But Brow Daddy does make a beautiful stain, so I do recommend using them. I switch between Brow Daddy and Noemi. And yeah, they're just both really great. So again, we're just dabbing the dye in, making sure to really pack it onto the skin, and then get those sharp, crisp lines, and then brush it through, of course, coating all of those hairs. And see, I always make a mess at the top, but never the bottom. So get those microfiber brushes and clean that up, getting those crisp lines. And then I let the dye usually sit, honestly, I eyeball it, but anywhere from usually a couple minutes to 10 minutes, depending on the person. But I always rub the fronts of the brows off just to give it that little ombre effect and clean up any lines, rub it all off. And now we have beautiful brows, and I'm just putting step 3 of the thigh elimination on the brows and brushing them into place. So they're shiny because of the step 3 of the oil. So yeah, and just brushing them through into place. Oh, look how satisfying that is. So satisfying. And here is the after, and lashes are also done by me.